W życiu jak w boksie. Jeśli chcesz coś wygrać, musisz o to walczyć. I musisz być w tym dobry. Wojak dobry jest.
Rafa Nowakowski, we're speaking with Sugar Hill, the first trainer of Manuel Stewart. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. We're here at the famous Kronk gym. How is everything going in this facility?
Everything is going good. You got a lot of good fighters here from all over the world. We got 2 Polish fighters here. You got Ronald Hearns, son of Thomas Hearns here. Greats like Andy Lee, Jonathan Banks, and a few other guys in the gym that's pretty good. Adonis Stevenson's another one. He's from Montreal, Canada. So that's why I say you have a few guys from around the world here.
This legendary gym is known, like you're saying, all around the world. I wanted to thank you very much for such a nice welcome of the Polish fighters. You're training them. It shows like you're showing a lot of heart and your techniques and improving their fighting styles.
Well, that's true. You know, I've been under Emmanuel Stewart for I guess my whole life. He's my uncle, so I've been watching him train fighters and just been learning as I go. And, you know, that's what he taught me was the basics. So I try to give these guys a good basics, good foundation. And most of the guys know how to box, you know, already, but just certain little basic little things that other coaches may miss out on is what I gather and put it, you know, into their arsenal.
I remember watching a Rocky IV movie, and when Rocky was getting like more money and his trainer was telling him like, you're getting soft, I know you guys are not making the same mistake. I'm looking at this gym, it looks hardcore, it looks like you guys are sticking with the basics, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, well, you know, if you start slacking here, somebody else is going to try to get your spot. So you have even the amateur guys that box with the professional guys. They come in, the amateurs have a different attitude. They're trying to knock somebody out in the gym. And that's always been the motto. You know, you're trying to fight hard in the gym, so when you go out to the real fight, it won't be that hard.
Absolutely. What can you say about the situation of the world boxing at this moment, at 2012?
Well, the world of boxing is not how it used to be in, say, the 80s and the 90s when it was very, very popular. I know a lot of it has to do with, you know, the youth today. The youth are getting into other sports, or they're mainly on the computer a lot, I want to say. A lot of people are text messaging and Twittering and Facebook, and it leaves them from other activities, you know, like boxing, physical activities, you know. And then another thing that's hurting the boxing is the guys don't box the same anymore. You have the Olympic boxing where they do like a cover-up peekaboo style, and nobody's boxing and showing off the art and craft of boxing anymore. So you need more fighters to do more of the basic things so that they will have the balance to put in the ring and start doing the slipping and the touching and the punching and counter punching and things like that are involved in boxing and that have always been involved in boxing. So that's what we're missing in boxing right now is, you know, the fighters being taught the proper way to box. And a lot of these fighters are very talented on their own, just natural talent. But they need to have some kind of, you know, some kind of molding system to get these guys to be like they were in the 80s and the 90s.
Now, the 2 Polish fighters that came and trained with you today, what do you think about their talents, their skills, how much training obviously they still need to improve on?
Well, Andrew, he's a newer fighter, so he has a lot of rhythm, which I like. I like a fighter with a lot of rhythm. He doesn't stand in one spot, so he's a little more difficult to hit. Pablo, he's a good fighter. I like Pablo a lot. He's got a big left hook that I really like, and I like throwing left hooks. And he's more of a strong offensive fighter, and he's a quick fighter, but he doesn't use his quickness on his feet, and he doesn't move his head enough. So that's something that we've been working on is his footwork and his head movement. And it's just something I guess he just hadn't really known. You know, he's a tough guy, not afraid to take a punch, but in boxing, it's not always about who can take the best punch. It's about hit and not be hit.
Now let's talk about a little bit more about the Kronk gym. When I walked in here, I know you guys take it very personally. Whoever walks in, you need to know who is here. I walked in, the first question I got is like, can I help you, sir? So I know you need to know who's coming, who is not. Is there a membership associated? Do you guys pick the people who can train here? How does it work?
Well, anybody can come and train at the Kronk gym. You just have to be tough enough to train here. You know, you get a lot of tough guys or guys that think they're tough. They come in and they leave right back out. You know, it's only those who want to work hard that will stay in this gym. Like I said, we invite anybody. We don't turn down anybody. You know, you want to come and train, you want to be the best, we want you to be the best. So come to the Kronk gym.
I think for the fighters all over the world, it's a true privilege to train in such a legendary facility. How can somebody maybe contact you or come here and join the gym?
Well, the gym is located in Detroit. It's on West Warren. The address is 19239 West Warren. Telephone number to contact would be a 313 area code 532-3590, and that's the office of the Kronk Boxing Gym.
Obviously, you take your art very seriously, but I see there's a lot of smiling faces. You guys throw a lot of jokes. One guy threw a towel inside, like, hey, save his butt, but it wasn't unnecessary. So it looks like a very friendly and family atmosphere.
Yeah, the Kronk Gym has always been, since I've been around Kronk, since, so I won't say the year, but since I've been at Kronk, you know, it's always been more of a family-oriented gym. You have guys come from everywhere, but we all unite as a family when it comes to fight. These guys are trying to kill each other in the ring. But as soon as that bell rings, those guys are right back touching each other's gloves and telling the other guy what he's doing wrong and how he's catching that person and trying to help each other out. So it's always somebody trying to help somebody else out in the gym. And that's why I always like, you know, something like a family. You know, when those guys fight, everybody's cheering 100% for them. There's nobody sitting back saying, I wish he would lose, or not cheering. They want that person to win as much as they want to win, because if they feel that they're winning, they feel, if his friend is fighting, they feel that they're winning in the fight because they train so hard together to get to that point.
Would you please tell us about one of the most memorable fights of your career?
Of my career as a trainer or as a fighter? One of my most memorable fights as a trainer that I worked was a fight with Andy Lee. He was fighting Craig McEwen, and it was a big fight, and Emmanuel was training Miguel Cotto at the time. So everyone was saying, Emmanuel is not there for Andy, you know, what's the fight going to be like? And it was always a concern, I guess, to the public and to everyone else that if Emmanuel's not there, the fighter won't do good. So I was training Andy Lee, which, by the way, me, Andy, and Emmanuel are very close. So me and Andy have a special kind of bond. So I know him very well. So it wasn't that big of a difficult change for him when Emmanuel wasn't in the ring for him that night. And Andy started out winning the fight. He caught Craig with a big right hook and hurt him. And for the rest of the fight, that was in the first round, and for the rest of the fight, Andy kept trying to throw that right hook, and it wasn't landing anymore. And by this time, Andy's losing the fight. 7th, 8th, 9th round. I mean, we're losing the fight, so it's only a 10-round fight. So in the 9th round, I told Andy, forget about the right hook. You're losing the fight. I said, dig down. I said, I need you to throw the left hand right in the middle. 1-2s, 1-2s, with 2 southpaws. He started throwing the 1-2, and he knocks him down in the 9th round. And we're still losing the fight. We need a knockout to win the fight. It goes into the 10th round. Andy stops him in the 10th round and come back and make a big victory.